John Brooks, the U.S. men's national team defender, after a long career in the Bundesliga, signing on a free transfer with Benfica. Hey, we see Rui Costa, man, what a legend. What do you make of John Brooks' move to Benfica, and what are his chances of getting good playing time?
First off, stolen at the 11th hour.
That's right.
From Mallorca, Benfica coming through and swooping up. Sorry, Stu Holden. What do I make of this? Great move for him. He's going to be a Champions League player once again. Now, you know what John Brooks causes amongst U.S. men's national team fans. It's Otamendi, and right now it is Morato, the Brazilian, the center back right there. Morato's injured right now, so he'll be out for a few. They're going to play Champions League. They're in PSG's group and Juventus group. If he plays Champions League and he does well, can you imagine the clamoring from fans, from pundits to get him back on the U.S. men's national team? I think this is a brilliant move. Benfica's a massive club. He's in a situation where he'll step in and play immediately, play good football, back in the eye of the hurricane, which was what you want, because we talk about the World Cup, and I know what you're saying about your career, and I completely agree, your career is important, but the timing of this World Cup makes it so everything's on the back burner but the World Cup. You almost bet on, like, yeah, I'll worry about my career later because this is the World Cup, and that's the pinnacle for any athlete in football. It's the pinnacle for any soccer player. So he's doing what he can to position himself to get on the U.S. men's national team, and I think it's a brilliant move.
So we can make some comparisons with Serginho Dest's career, Ricardo Pepi's career. They're still young players. That's not the case for John Brooks in terms of getting good minutes leading up to the World Cup. And yes, looking from the outside, I was just very concerned with how polarizing John Brooks was recently in terms of his national team status. Now, he has the experience. He has played at a higher level, at the highest level, not only because of what he did in the Bundesliga, but also at the European level.
Or to go in the World Cup.
So he's going back to that, but this was probably his last train, right? His last chance to make the World Cup was going to go to a club like this, because my first thought was maybe the Mallorca move made a little more sense, because he could have probably been a starter for Mallorca. It's not safe to say that he's going to be a starter at Benfica because of the names that you mentioned, right?
Yeah,
a very young player, but a very experienced player as Nicolás Otamendi as well. So that's how I see these moves being different. For John Brooks is the now. There's no big picture for John Brooks as opposed to Ricardo Pepi and Serginho Dest.
Yeah, and if we've learned anything from John Brooks, he's never just gone away quietly amongst this U.S. men's national team, if you will, exile, if we want to call it that. It's always been something from John Brooks to remind people that he's still here. So this is a brilliant move, and it could very well pay off.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.